Let's bring in CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge. She is at the Department of Justice. Hi, Catherine. What more can you tell us about Horowitz's report and the response it's generating?
Well, Tanya, good afternoon. We're still pouring through this nearly 450-page report, and I just want to note for folks at home that when you go into it, you can see that some sections are blacked out or redacted for classified information, but about 95% of the report is clean. And among the key findings for the Justice Department watchdog, as you mentioned, is that he said the FBI was on solid ground when it opened a counterintelligence investigation in July 2016 into alleged contacts between the Trump campaign and Russia. Significantly, he also found that there are inaccuracies or omissions in all of the surveillance warrant applications to the National Security Court for a former Trump campaign aide, Carter Page. The initial renewal was in October of 2016, and then it ran through the summer of 2017. And that section reads in part, quote, that there were significant inaccuracies and omissions in the four surveillance warrant applications. And he goes on to say that he did not find, quote, documentary or testimonial evidence of intentional misconduct, but he adds that his teams did not receive, quote, satisfactory explanations. And just to be clear with folks at home, this report does not reach a conclusion about the judgment or the motivation of the officials involved and why there were so many inaccuracies or omissions. What it states very clearly is that they did not find evidentiary or testimonial evidence that would back up allegations of political or personal bias driving the decision-making at the FBI or the Justice Department in 2016 or 2017, Tanya.
And Catherine, Attorney General William Barr and U.S. Attorney John Durham released a statement that seems to dispute the IG's finding. What is their main concern?
Well, first of all, it's highly unusual to have a public statement from the U.S. Attorney in Connecticut, John Durham. He is running a separate investigation into the origins of the FBI's Russia probe in 2016. So simply put, he has a broader mandate to look at evidence and witnesses outside of the Justice Department and the FBI. And Durham issued a statement earlier today saying that he disagreed with some of the key findings, specifically that the FBI was on solid ground when it opened the 2016 counterintelligence investigation. And then also we've had a statement from the Attorney General William Barr that you read leading into this segment. So it seems pretty clear that there's some significant daylight between what Inspector General Horowitz found and also the views of John Durham and the Attorney General William Barr, Tanya.
And so, Catherine, can we expect any criminal referrals to come from this report?
Well, what the report does recommend is that all of these FBI personnel who are involved in the surveillance warrant process, so you're talking about more junior people to people who are drafting these applications for the National Security Court, and then senior leadership be reviewed by the FBI to see if the activity would reach that standard, a criminal standard. What I would emphasize when you read this report is that there are hundreds of corrective steps that are being recommended. And if I could put it simply, that really there needs to be more oversight for these counterintelligence investigations, and when decisions are made by the FBI, there has to be that overview or sort of an umbrella from the Justice Department so they're able to see the evidence and understand the decision making really in real time, not after the fact, which is what happened here repeatedly, Tanya.
Catherine Herridge, we thank you so much.